And here we are for yet another unboxing, but unfortunately today I don't have a box to kind of slap out of the way like I normally do. As you saw, this only comes with like a case, and the box that it actually came with was just a brown transporting box. It wasn't really appealing to sort of use in an unboxing here. So the best I can do is show you the sleeve that this came with, and you know, you'll see that we're actually going to be looking at the RLAARLO AK-787, which is a high-speed 10-scale machine. They are claiming about 160 kilometers an hour out of this thing after upgrading gears and electronic parts. Now, I'm not sure what the electronic parts are. I'm hoping they're just referring to like batteries, because there are a bunch of gears that you can install in the car that are actually included. And of course, this can run on 3S. So maybe if you just get a 3S battery with the gears, you can reach those sort of speeds. We will soon find out, of course. Now, this does come pretty well equipped. You got some brake calipers and rotors there that are just for decoration. But one of the things that I'm really interested in seeing how it actually works is this active rear spoiler, like this active aero, which I think pops up when you hit the brakes and then goes back down when you squeeze the accelerator. So that'll be really interesting to see in action, and to see how effective it actually is. But let's get rid of this and let's talk about what you actually get. As you can see, you get the car fully assembled and ready to go. You get your radio and you get this little letter from the RLAARLO CEO. Now, I'm not going to read this, but I will screenshot it and put it up on screen, and then you guys can pause and read to your heart's content. So I'll put that aside. You also get a bottle opener, which I find is really interesting because, you know, drinking and driving is probably not recommended, even if it is an RC. But, you know, you can crack open a, I don't know, maybe a Coke bottle or something with that. So that's good to stick on the side of the bar fridge. And then, of course, we have a bunch of goodies. So we have some gaskets here. We have some gears as well. There is a pinion in there, and some grub screws and a few other little plastic pieces. We also have a toolkit. So we have some Allen keys, cross wrench, and an antenna tube, some zip ties, and some double-sided tape. We get some really nice stickers. I really like these stickers, I gotta be honest. These feel really good. Nice vinyl stickers. You can decorate your toolbox with these, stick them on the car, do whatever. And then they have this really interesting thing, which is like a feedback card. So it comes in a couple of languages, and they ask a bunch of questions, and you're supposed to like fill this out, take a photo of it with your phone, and then email it to them to kind of give them some feedback on their service, on their products, blah, blah, blah. And that's something that you don't see with a lot of RC companies, to really get some direct feedback from the customers that are actually purchasing these cars. That's a cool idea. I don't mind that at all. Whether you like it or not, well, you know, it's up to you. We've got some leftover stickers from when they decorated the car. I've got some numbers here and some bits and pieces. You can go nuts with those as well if you want. There's also a couple of battery straps here. Now, these are those kind of like double-sided. So they've got the hook on one side and the loop on the other. So that's how they kind of work. But, you know, you can use them. They're kind of long, so they're, you know, bigger batteries. You can use those as well. And then they have this retrofit upgrade parts guide. This is really cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. They've got like all different motors, upgraded spur gears, motor mounts, pinions, different ESCs, better servos, bigger batteries, a bunch of different stuff. You can do a twin motor setup on this car. So if you have a look where it is, so on the front page actually, you can see that it's actually got 2 batteries and 2 motors, 2 ESCs, and they are claiming some ridiculous figures as far as speed. If you really like to go fast, so going from a single motor to a dual motor gains efficiency and larger percentage. So 180 mile an hour as a single motor. So depending on the motor setup that you get and the gearing, you can get up to 180 mile an hour with this thing. And then when you switch over to a twin motor setup, they are claiming 195 mile an hour plus. That's insane. For such a little car, that is absolutely nuts. So there's a whole bunch of different upgrade parts you can get here. I think you can get there's a transparent body, so you can get a clear body and do your own livery on it if you want. But this, as you'll see here, this is the other livery that's available with this car, and some of the other cars that they also have available in their catalog. So cool little sort of read that you might want to have a glance through and see what else you can get for these vehicles. And then of course we've got the main manual, which is quite thick. I'm not going to bore you too much with it, but you know, it's written in multiple languages. It has all the parts listings there. It's got exploded views on everything with part numbers, and you know, it goes through all the radio, what to do and how to set it all up, how to maintain the car. And as I said, it comes in a few different languages, so pretty cool read for those of you who like you know, some bedtime stories. Okay, so starting things off with the radio, we're gonna peel this guy off because that's always a good thing to do. Runs on 4 AA's. It does have a removable battery tray, which you can plug in your own battery if you want to do that. It does have a bit of a plastic wheel. Springs are a little bit bouncy. Would have been nice to see some nice foam around the wheel, to be honest. Trigger also feels a little light, so I'm not a fan of the wheel or the trigger, to be honest with you. The handle and the look of the radio actually feels really good in the hand, so no complaints there. Does have a loop here for a lanyard if you want to put that on. Power switch is just this guy right here, and then you have a channel 3 and channel 4. So channel 3 apparently is a turbo function, from what I understand from the manual, and then channel 4 is to activate and deactivate the function of the spoiler. But I thought that the spoiler would work with the throttle. I'm not sure if it does, because it actually has a knob here, this little knob right there. Come on, camera. That actually, you know, when you rotate that, it kind of adjusts the angle of the spoiler. So I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see what happens when all this works. These little guys here, these little switches that are on the red thing, this is your reversing switches. So you can flick those. They've got 4 channels that you can reverse. I wouldn't touch them out of the factory. They should be set correctly. You got throttle trim, steering trim, throttle dual rate over here, and steering dual rate over here, and throttle dual rate on this side. That should allow you to kind of control, you know, top speed of the car quite easily. Nice little cover that goes over the top there, and overall the radio looks really good. I have used these radios from RLAARLO before. They function okay. I just wish they had a slightly smoother and heavier trigger, and that the wheel was a little bit nicer with a bit of foam around it, because the radios themselves are actually really, really nice. All right, so now for the main event, the RLAARLO 787. And what a beautiful car it is. I mean, RLAARLO did a fantastic job with this, I think. And I'm not just saying that, but they've actually done a really good job with this. I particularly like the different wheels that they've gone with here. It's very scale-like. You'll see this in a lot of the Le Mans cars, where they'll have different rims. A lot of this will have to do with aerodynamics as well. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous looking car. They've got the body pins which are tethered on to the body, so you don't lose any body pins. Nice little scale mirrors, and they do have some reflective stickers on there as well, which look really good. This does have LED lights already pre-installed. Now I've already unplugged this, but you can see all the wiring and the LEDs underneath there. The body itself doesn't feel too bad. It feels kind of rigid, so hopefully at high speeds it will hold up just fine. I don't know how it's going to go in a crash, but let's hope that that doesn't happen. Now you do get a battery with this. They give you a 3300 2S. I don't think this is an exclusive thing for reviewers. I think you get this as standard. They do have LEDs on the back here as well, so you got some orange lights and a red light in the middle, and you can see that it's got a little servo on here which controls the actual spoiler. So if I can move it, there we go. So you can move the arrow of the spoiler. Now it only moves a little bit, doesn't move that much. I thought it would actually come up and almost like hit like an air brake, like you see on the Bugattis and things like that, some of the really hyper cars. but I think it's really just designed for adjustment on downforce depending on what it is you're doing, and you got that little knob on the radio to do that. XC60 connectors included, which is a big thumbs up from me. I like that they've included that, and look at this chassis. I mean, my goodness, there is a lot of slots and a lot of things going on here. I'll try and run you through this as best as I can and as quickly as I can for those of you who might be interested. Of course, you've got a foam bumper up the front here, got some adjustable body posts. I don't know if you're really going to be doing too much adjusting other than, you know, if you're hitting some really massive speeds, you're probably going to want to raise the body up a little bit because it's going to get compressed, and the suspension's also going to get compressed at high speeds with all the downforce, and it might start to rub on your tires. So as it is out of the box, I think it might be okay. We've got a nice carbon fiber brace going from the front to back all the way here. We've got our big beefy ESC right there, which is 120 amp ESC from what I can see on the side. The motor is a 3660 3900 kV brushless motor. Now I did notice that the switch had come off in transit, which I'll replace the tape on that to make sure that that gets stuck down, and my ESC was kind of half out as well. Well, there you go, see, look, it's kind of loose, so I'll need to replace that and make sure that that gets stuck down properly. Thankfully they do include some extra tape in the bag, which is going to come in handy. You got your antenna here with your receiver box, steering servos on the bottom here with an alloy servo horn, which is a nice touch. You got adjustable camber links there, or toe links rather. You got CVD drive shafts by what I can see here. So you got those already on there. You've got nice alloy shocks, which have threaded bodies on them. Sway bars are pre-installed. They might be a little bit hard to see, but there it is there. You can just see at the end of my thumb, sway bars are installed. The tires, I think, are the same that came on the AK-917, and they should be okay. Like I didn't find too many issues with those tires. It was more the suspension setup on that car than anything that I had a bit of trouble with, but the tires themselves actually I think might work just fine. And you've got a nice steel drive shaft that of course runs all the way through. Now notice that they've actually braced the drive shaft. It's actually in two pieces here, so you've got one dog bone in the back, braced in the center, and then there's another one running to the front there, which is going to prevent a lot of oscillating. So I like that touch. That's a nice little thing that they've done there. Plenty of adjustments on the shock towers. I think there's 3 on the front. You've also got a couple of adjustments on the A-arm. Sorry, I'm off shot there. So you've got a couple of adjustments on the A-arms there as well. So you can play around with the suspension geometry. A lot more on the back, as you might be able to see here. We've got multiple adjustment points on the rear. And we've also got, we've got no adjustments on the A-arms on this one actually. So they've actually rotated this 90 degrees and it's hanging off like that on the A-arm. So they've given us all the adjustments you're going to be able to make are going to be on the actual shock tower itself, which is interesting. Now they've even covered up the cabling and everything that goes here on the carbon fiber. And I guess that's not a bad thing. You know, these carbon fiber pieces, they tend to have, I mean, these aren't sharp edges, but they're not super rounded. Like it's not going to cut me. But if the cables are rubbing on there with vibration and everything, you can actually damage your cable. So nice that they've done that. And also, you know, carbon is pretty conductive. So if any of the cables break up or do anything like that, it's going to create a short in that circuit. So you don't want that to happen. A lot of little aluminium pieces here. So we've got some alloy just here. The motor is already alloy. We've got alloy hinge pin braces front and rear on the back, and of course front and rear on the front of the car as well. I really like this chassis. This looks so good. Now you might be wondering what all these slots are. Well, obviously on the battery side here, we've got a bunch of slots which are going to allow you to use those battery straps. So if you don't want to use this, you can actually unscrew this, take this off and just use normal battery straps. But they do have a couple of different mounting points for the actual battery width. So you can actually move this back. If you have some slightly chunkier batteries, you can put that in there. But I think most people are probably going to switch to the battery straps because they're just so much more easier to use, and you can put an array of different batteries. You may even consider maybe putting some Velcro down on the base of the battery and on the chassis to stop the battery from sliding around, which I've done in a lot of my basher cars, as a matter of fact. It's probably not going to be such an issue on this because you're just going to be on the road, but in a lot of my basher cars, I actually put Velcro underneath the battery. It stops it from sliding around, and it works wonders. It actually works really, really well. So nice beefy diff cases on here as well. Like these are almost like oversized diff cases, front and rear. So these diffs should hold to a certain amount of punishment. And that is pretty much everything that I really have to say about this car. I suppose the most interesting thing about this is obviously the body, the aero that they've got going on, and the adjustable spoiler, which I'm really keen to see this in action and see how, what kind of an effect you're going to have on the aerodynamics of the car. Very cool looking car, looks very well designed, yeah, I can't wait to run this and see what it can do. Okay, now before we wrap this up, I kind of wanted to show you the car working and what all the buttons on the radio kind of do as well. So channel 4 here is for the lights, turning them on and off, as you can see there. And when they're off on the car, they're also off on the radio here, which is a good indicator. So on the back, you'll see that you've got no lights on at the moment. However, if I turn the wheel to the right and turn the wheel to the left, you'll see those indicators going. Go forward and then brake, you get the brake light. Go reverse, you get the brake light coming on again. And essentially that's how that works. Now for the active aero, for the spoiler there, you've got that little knob. It's not connected to the throttle as I thought it was, but you can of course manipulate that just by turning the little knob on here. And you can flatten it out, raise it up, depending on how much downforce you want. And that's really it. Now, channel 3, I think this was the turbo function or something, and I can't honestly tell the difference between having it on or off, so I don't know if that actually does anything. But yeah, the car has got plenty of speed. Now this is just with the stock 2S battery that came with the car. It's not charged, and listen to this thing scream. That's at full power, so no doubt this thing's going to be very, very fast. I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. Now, I'll quickly turn the car off here because these fans are quite loud. So let me just kill this. And we'll just wrap this up really, really quickly. I'll turn the radio off as well. And yeah, so the plan with this car is, yeah, I'm probably going to do a speed test with it stock and have a bit of fun with it, drift it around maybe, just do a bit of a quick run with it just to show you how this car performs. But what I'm planning to do is actually hand this over to a friend of mine who's very much into speed. He's actually got a couple of RLAARLO cars already, and he knows exactly what to do with this to make it go really fast. RLAARLO at the moment is running I believe it's a competition where you can win some prize money, and enter in different classes with these cars. So if you've got one of these, you'll be able to enter and try to maybe win some money. He's going to be entering, my friend, his name's Travis, by the way. He's going to be entering, and hopefully he will do quite well and maybe win some prize money. We'll see how that goes. But essentially, once I'm done sort of doing a quick run video with this and kind of showing you what this car can do, both on 2S and 3S, I'll palm this off to him, and then he'll have all the fun he wants to have with it. But that's essentially the plan. So stay tuned. There's a lot more coming out with this car, as well as various other products that I've currently got in the lineup. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you go, and I'll be speaking to you all next time.